Hello, and welcome to Raising the Bar with the MBBA. I'm Jason Clark, president of the Metropolitan Black Bar Association. Sadly, my co-host, Dionna, won't be able to join us today, but she will be back with us soon, I promise. The Metropolitan Black Bar Association is the largest association of predominantly African American attorneys in New York. Our goal is to advance equality in the pursuit of justice, assist in the professional development of our members, and address legal issues affecting New Yorkers. The purpose of Raising the Bar with the MBBA is to foster a substantive conversation about justice issues in our community, while also trying to identify some solutions in the process. Today, we are going to be talking about what it takes to become a lawyer. Joining me today for this discussion are attorneys Dionna Maria Lewis and Nicholas Austin. So, welcome, and let's get to it.
Thank you.
So, we've been doing this show, Raising the Bar, for a few months now. But it actually occurred to us that, we're talking about all these legal issues, but we actually haven't talked about, what it takes to become a lawyer. And I think it's great to have both of you here. Both of you are young attorneys yourselves. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. Well, my name is Dionna Maria Lewis. I'm actually a DC native. I'm born and raised third generation Washingtonian, which I'm very prideful about. I'm also a product of the DC public high school system. I went to Benjamin Banneker Academic High School. After high school, I attended the University of Virginia, where I was a philosophy and history double major. After college, I went straight to law school. So I finished college at 21 and went straight to law school at Drake University Law School, which is located in Des Moines, Iowa. And after that, I went and got my LLM in litigation from George Washington University Law School.
An LLM is a second master's
Yes,
degree.
It's a second law degree, and it's called a Master's of Law.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do now?
Right now, or currently, I am the managing attorney for the District Legal Group based in Washington, D.C. We do D.C. and Maryland state court claims based on discrimination, employment issues, sexual harassment, contract litigation, and various other disputes that may come our way. And I'm also a recent appointee to the Office of Employee Appeals Board, which is an appointment from the mayor and confirmed by the DC Council. And prior to that, I was a commissioner on the DC Board of Elections.
Great. Nick, what do you got? How did you get to where you are?
Well, I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., like Dionna. I went to Gonzaga High School and played football there. And after school, ended up going to Morehouse College down in Atlanta, Georgia. And then after Morehouse, I decided that I wanted to go to law school and went to Georgetown Law School. And after graduating from Georgetown, I worked in private practice at a law firm called Foley & Lardner in DC for some years. Spent some time in the Midwest in-house at a company called Caterpillar, which does heavy manufacturing and heavy industry work. And currently I'm at Wells Fargo Bank in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I do mergers and acquisitions and venture capital.
Great. So for both of you, what is it that made you decide you want to go to law school? I'm sure there are a lot of folks who have thought about it at some point, but what made you decide that, it's not just something you think about, but it's something that you are going to do?
Well, I was actually one of those little girls that grew up for some reason when I was 10 saying I was going to be a lawyer. And I would say that a lot of that was prompted by me watching Law and Order.
Right.
And I thought I was going to be in the courtroom, standing on the desk, with my fist high, raising and advocating for justice of the aggrieved. It didn't quite turn out that way. But for some reason, when I was a little girl, I used to see the advocates, the TV lawyer advocates, and it was very inspiring to me. Also, I have a special needs little brother. He has Down syndrome. And growing up in a family that had limited financial resources and seeing my parents navigate an education system with a special needs child and seeing what not having legal representation and the hurdles that come with that type of situation or those set of circumstances are, I felt like I wanted to be in a position to empower not only my parents, but other people as well. Those who may not have a lot of money, those who are dealing with disabilities or special needs, children especially, or individuals in general. And that was something that also inspired me. So I thought I was going to be in court, standing on the desk, advocating for certain disadvantaged populations of people.
Great, okay. And yourself, Nick?
I had no idea what a lawyer was. It was funny. I grew up maybe 8 blocks away from Georgetown Law School, the law school I eventually went to, and I had no idea it was a law school. I grew up in the inner city in DC, and there weren't a lot of mentors or role models in my life, you know, to tell me about the practice of law. It was really at Morehouse that I discovered that I wanted to do law. An upperclassman had pulled me to the side, and he was going to NYU and said, "Hey, have you ever considered going to law school?" And I said, well, you know, I always thought, well, maybe I'd be a journalist or an English teacher, because I majored in English and was editor-in-chief of my school newspaper. And working with him pretty much, you know, I decided that I wanted to get involved in the law, not necessarily for the money or not necessarily for the prestige, but more so for the platform that it gives you to affect change in society. And that's what just fascinated me, you know, learning about, you know, famous lawyers and what they're able to do, you know, with the skill set and the knowledge that they have, you know, whether it's in corporate America, whether it's in politics, whether it's in business, you know, whether it's in civic action, you know, that kind of inspired me to get involved in the legal profession.
You know, so for both of you, what I've been hearing is the ability to affect change, you know, I guess from different vantage points, but that's what both of you are saying as one of the reasons as to why you became a lawyer. And I think one thing, you know, I can even, you know, mention myself is that, you know, there are different ways you could be able to affect change. In your roles at what you do now, I mean, do you feel like you're able to do that? I mean, was the idea you went to law school something you feel like you've been able to do, or is it, you know, something else?
So I wrote my personal statement to law school about being a civil rights lawyer, and I'm a civil rights lawyer. So I am currently doing exactly what I wanted to be doing. The interesting thing about it is people don't typically understand that civil rights lawyers or civil rights law in general is a very broad topic, right? So you can be a civil rights lawyer advocating for people in an employment context. You can be a civil rights lawyer advocating for people in a police brutality or policing context. I mean, there really is a spectrum of what it means to be a civil rights attorney. I didn't actually really discover the context of an employment civil rights attorney until I was in law school, when I clerked at a small boutique litigation shop in Des Moines, Iowa. And that was really my first real exposure to civil rights trial lawyers who do it within an employment context.
Well, growing up a poor kid in Northeast DC, all I ever thought about was money, and we didn't have it. And so I became fascinated with capitalism, entrepreneurship, economics, how those financial systems work in this country. And so even though I went into law, that was always, you know, my fascination. And I said, well, hey, if you understand, you know, the economic system in America, you can use it to your advantage to champion causes and things that you like. And that's what I try to do in my way of giving back in the practice of law. I fundraised thousands and thousands of dollars for various causes, you know, some of it corporate money from Wells Fargo, some of it from when I was at the law firm, and finding people to sponsor and champion, because we have to have the revolution, as people say, but what they don't say is the revolution also has to be funded.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, one of the things we probably should get on talking about, since we talked about where you are now and how you got there, but how did you get there before you got there? So when you were applying to law school, like, what does that look like? You know, what did you have to do, and what was it like in law school for both of you?
So applying to law, I
heard a lot of depth in that.
Yeah, and I'm about to explain to you why. I applied to 42 law schools. Wow. I got into 7. And I knew I really wanted to go to law school. And when I was applying to law school, we were literally in the midst of the financial crisis. So I was applying to law school in 2007. I didn't know what the landscape for lawyers was going to look like, but I had heard what it was at that point in time. I didn't know how long this housing crash and the impact on the financial market and all the other markets was going to last. But one of the things that was important to me in my decision of choosing a law school, once I, you know, finally had a pool to choose from, was who gave me the most money. You know, I didn't come from money. And so it was important to me that the school that I selected was going to invest in me to attend there. And so that's a part of the reason why I went to Drake University. So after selecting Drake, law school is hard. I was going to try and think of a easier way to say it, but it's hard. It's almost like hell on earth. And it's rigorous. It's unlike anything I think that you will ever do. A lot of law schools still use what's called the Socratic method, where literally you're sitting there minding your business and the professor in the front of the room is like, Mr. Austin, so please tell me what you thought about the case decision in Nicholas Austin versus Nicholas Austin,
What
which is
the
in
rule
page.
of perpetuity?
What is the rule of perpetuity?
Oh, man.
On
Yeah.
Which I
page.
still don't know in perpetuity.
Right, which is on page 300 in your case book, and you only read to 150 that night. So it really is, it's an emotional experience. It's a grind. You know, you really have to, I think, mentally prepare yourself to treat law school as a job. And because I went to law school so young and I started without having real substantive work experience, I'd worked retail for several years, but nothing that really showed me what it's like to get up every morning, go to school, go to work, have my lunch hour and do it again, for several hours after that. I came into law school with a kind of a more social college attitude, whereas the working professional who's maybe gone and stopped working and then gone to law school, say 2 or 3 years or longer in the workforce, I think they come and approach law school differently because they've already had that exposure to what it's like to work and be in a work environment. So for me, it was very hard. It was a significant adjustment. It's a lot of reading, literally 150 pages of reading a night in some instance or some class, and you have maybe 4 or 5 classes that you have to prepare for.
No, for me, my road was more predicated with mentoring. And that's where in college I learned the importance of mentoring because as I said before, I was a poor kid from Northeast DC. I didn't know much about law school, but it was the mentors at Morehouse College that really helped sharpen me and get me prepared. This is what you need to do to apply. Well, I can't afford to apply. Well, there's fee waivers that you can apply for. Well, I didn't know about the fee waivers. What type of prep course should I take? Should I just try to study for the LSAC on my own, for the LSATs on my own? And oh, well, no, you should take Princeton Review, or oh, you should take Power Score or Test Masters. And so I had mentors at every step of the way working me through the process. And that helped even in preparation for law school. There's a program in Washington called the Charles Hamilton Houston Bar Preparatory Institute. And one of my mentors reached out and said, hey, before you go to classes at Georgetown, why don't you get a leg up, on your competition or your classmates, and at least you'll be coming in knowing a little something, because so many people have parents that are judges, mothers that are partners in law firms or prosecutors, etc. And you can level the playing field if you got, this information. So I signed up for the CHH program, and it was great. It really was kind of a law school summer camp for kids like me that hadn't had, that training before, and that made law school a lot easier for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess, I'm inferring from what you're saying and what both of you are saying is, having some of these prep programs in the beginning kind of helps you get a feel for like what those things look like. Because then when you can start to analyze things from a different vantage point, then it's almost like it all opens up and you kind of understand what's going on.
It's critical.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And I think that's part of one of the things I see as a litigator is you have pro se individuals, and that means people without a lawyer, who try and enter whether it's the criminal justice system or the civil justice system, and they get swamped, right, by it, because it's almost like they're standing there, the lawyer on the other side is having a conversation with the judge, and it's like you're talking past the pro se litigant. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I find that clients who come to me when they've either tried to do something on their own, they feel like they're in despair because they don't understand the language, the lingo. They don't understand all these technical terms, or even like you said, civil procedure, the processes that actually apply to the terms.
Right. So, so both of you. Okay. So now let's fast forward. So, you applied to law school. You took the LSAT. You had mentors, what have you. You get into law school. The beginning is tough. You learn how the law, but you graduate, you make it, and now you're at your first job. First, how did you decide, not just what you wanted to be, but how did you decide like where you're going to work in the beginning, and what were those first couple of years like?
For me, I was lucky in the fact that my school had this program called Early Interview Week. Mm-hmm. And so corporate firms from around the country and some public interest firms as well, and government entities like the Department of Justice, or the Securities and Exchange Commission, would come to campus, and they'd have like a big career fair. And you kind of take your resume around almost like shopping at a grocery store, and you say, hey, what about me? Hey, what about me here? And do mock interviews and sometimes real interviews on the spot right there at the Law Center. And so that's how I found my job. I found Foley and Lardner and I did a summer internship there, and I liked it and ended up working there after law school. So that's kind of the route that I chose.
Right.
In
And
finding
the
my
tricky
job.
thing, I should even mention as you're saying that, what's interesting about law school is a lot of times where you work after your first year of law school is where you're going to work, once you graduate, because people don't always realize that, you have your first year of law school and then you have your second year, but after that, once you're after you finish your third year, you got to study for the bar. So you can't use that whole time, essentially interviewing by summer interning somewhere before. So you really have to make that, find a place that year earlier.
And what I'll add to that, Jason, is one thing that I didn't realize, again, because I didn't come from that kind of background, was you really learn how to become a practitioner in your specific area of law on your first job.
Right.
So in law school, they teach you the theory of law, the principles behind the legal system. It's actually the practice of law that you learn on that first job, how to file a brief,
Right.
How to properly draft the memo, how to, draft up an easement.
Right.
How
'Cause
to help
everything is like philosophical beforehand.
Exactly.
Now you actually have someone
You
who's
actually
like a
have to
client,
do it,
and
you
someone's
know?
paying for your time,
Exactly.
whether you know it or not.
Right.
That pressure, that first year to do well, because when you start interviewing for that job for your second year, it's usually in those first couple of months of your second year of law school. So by
Right.
then, all you've had to really be able to present to a potential employer is your first year grades.
Right.
Yeah.
Your first year grades, and maybe what you did during that summer. But that's kind of your universe of information. So that's why, it can be, pretty pressure filled.
Very much so.
So what Nick actually described is more the traditional approach
Yes.
to hiring, and I took a non-traditional approach, which I think if you're not like in the top 10, 15% of your class, you kind of have to. So I did not go through OCA hiring like at any point during law school. So that experience you described, I've heard people talking about it, but I wasn't interested in it, and when I was in law school, I knew I wanted to do civil rights work. So I was not planning to apply for a big, large law firm or any corporate entity to work at all, because in my mind, I was either going government or I was going to go to, some small firm or something to really do the type of work that I wanted to do. So my first year summer, or 1L summer, I actually went to abroad and I studied abroad. I went to the University of Nantes Law School and I studied European legal systems.
Wow.
Because I think study abroad is important, and that's what I wanted to do at the time. I also, after I studied abroad, worked for TSA's Office of Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, and I was a legal intern there. So I split my summer, which people encourage you not to do. But because of where I was in my life and the experiences I wanted to have to shape it, I decided I was going to split my summer, and then I was going to go be a legal intern. My second summer, I actually clerked at a small boutique criminal defense firm. So I used law school and my experiences and my summers to kind of expose myself to different aspects of the law, to different aspects of practice. So that meant when I got in my third year of law school, I didn't have a job lined up, and then at the very last minute, I decided I was going to move back home to DC and apply for the Maryland bar exam. And so I'm studying for the bar. I don't have a job. I hadn't really started actively applying for jobs because, like you said, you're focused on studying for the bar. I wouldn't say I'm chilling, but I wasn't like, I just felt like life is going to unfold the way it should. And my path was not like straight and narrow. It was a little bit more windy, but I kind of stayed true to myself in the process. And I think that's important.
So what's also interesting about the two of you is that you're a corporate attorney and you started off at a large law firm, and you went the different route and you started, and now you're the principal of your own firm. So what would you tell someone, I guess in the few minutes that we have left, about what you would do or what you need to do to start your own firm, and what would you tell someone who's interested in following a career path similar to yours?
First, I would say prepare. I think that there are some people who certainly are successful right out of law school. They jump into it and they're solo practitioners and they're thriving. That was not my path. I actually worked at 3 different law firms, a small firm, mid-sized firm, and a large plaintiff's firm before I started my own law firm. So I got the exposure. I saw various business practices, some I liked, some I didn't like, and that helped prepare me for how I thought about how I wanted to open and run my own law firm. So preparation, I think, think is very important. So is research. You need to think about administrative details. You need to think about, I mean, literally administrative aspects of running a law firm is probably one of the bigger aspects, because as a lawyer, you're going to know the law for the most part, you know, and if you've done it before, you're going to know how to interact with clients. But really setting up your business model and understand cash flow, understanding budgeting, getting a good legal assistant or paralegal is also very important. So these are things that you want to think about in your preparation for opening it, and then you got to do it. But on top of that, you need to network. You need to tell people you're opening a law firm. You need to, you know, ask people if they have referral sources, or if they can be a referral source for you, because you also have to think about, once you've opened the law firm, how am I going to sustain the law firm?
Okay. Nick?
If you want to go to big law, there's only 3 places you need to be on the law school campus: the classroom, the library, and the career services office. I say that to say so much of big law is predicated on your first grades, as we talked about previously, for that first quarter or semester. You know, and unfortunately, the law firms have rubrics, and they'll hold the rubric up to your grades and see if they mesh out. But it's also important to be in the career services office, because they'll work with you. There are also, for diverse individuals and for women and minorities, there are programs that feed people into the big law firms, because they're looking to have a more diverse atmosphere, you know, because they're servicing diverse clients. And so if you're not joined at the hip with your career services office, while also, you know, in the library and in the classrooms getting the grades you need to, you're really setting yourself up for a big disadvantage in pursuing a big law career.
Okay. And then for the next 2 questions, I'm going to divvy them up. So, Nick, what are the top 3 reasons why you should, what you should do if you're interested in going to law school? And Dionna, the top 3 things you should do once you've graduated from law school. So, Nick first.
The first thing is mentoring. You have to find mentors. You have to find people that are willing to pour into you and help you on your journey. The second thing is networking. You've got to take initiative to seek out resources like your bar association. Seek out resources like, back in our hometown of DC, the Washington Bar Association or the American Bar Association, and pull and tug mentors and people to help get you where you need to be. And the third is, you just got to believe in yourself. You know, any path in life, whether you want to be an athlete, whether you want to be a lawyer, whether you want to be a politician, it's going to take work, and you just have to be willing to put in the work and never forget that you can do anything you put your mind to.
Okay, great.
So post-law school, I think mentoring is very important. So with that said, you need to network. After law school, you need to network. You need to make sure that you pull on the network you've created, or you need to create a new one yourself, or combine the two. I think also, in addition to networking, you need to figure out something that you enjoy or that you're passionate about, and you need to do it. And you need to do it consistently, because being a lawyer is very stressful. You need to have an outlet. You need to be able to step away and remove yourself, you know, kind of from the grind of being a lawyer. And I think the third thing would be, as Nick said, get involved in a bar association, whether it's a local bar association
like
in your state,
Bar Association.
or the Washington Bar Association if you're in the District of Columbia, or the Greater Washington Area chapter of the Women Lawyers Division, where you have 2 affiliates in the districts. I had to shout them out. In the National Bar Association locally, or the American Bar Association, which national is also national. So I think those are the 3 things you need to do.
Okay. So another thing that people obviously think about, and a deterrent for a lot of folks, is that it's expensive. Can you briefly tell me a little bit about, you know, either how expensive it is, or how you overcome it being so expensive to go to law school?
So you can overcome it by getting a scholarship, and that really is kind of predicated on either finances, your financial, if you have a financial hardship or your financial circumstances while you're in college, or a scholarship academically. So those are kind of, I think, the ways that you approach it, right? So you can also apply for scholarships too, that will hopefully apply to your law school career. But I don't know that you can overcome it. It's really expensive. I own a house in DC, and I have more law school debt than I do debt in my house. So I owe less on my house than I do in my law student loans.
So I guess we're still figuring it out.
Still figuring it out, and I don't know if anybody knows. Please come find me. Let me know.
Right.
For me, it goes back to the mentoring. And shouts out to Jason Smith. He's a lawyer actually in New York, and went to NYU. And he was the one that explained it to me. He said the higher your LSAT score, paired with great grades from undergrad, you'll be showered with money to go to school. And I said, okay, well, what score do I need to get? And he gave me the rubric of these are the scores, and this is probably how much money correlates at this tier school with the scores. It's very systematic, right? Because lawyers designed the system. So I literally followed the rubric and got a full tuition scholarship to Georgetown Law. And so I'll say to anyone that that has a enterprising mindset is that you can do really well on the LSAT and get the best grades you can in undergrad, and it will increase the chances of you not having to pay for law school.
Okay. Yeah, and Dionna, you had mentioned earlier that one of the things that made you think to go to law school is watching Law and Order. And I think when people think Law and Order, they think of a certain personality that someone has that goes out there. Do you have to have a, I guess an aggressive or a certain type of personality to do well in law school and become a lawyer?
No, I don't think that you need to have any personality type. When I was in law school, there were people like me who were typically very vocal and kind of social, but then there were also people who were engineers, right? And they had a first career as an engineer, and then they became a lawyer, or they went to law school to become a lawyer. And a lot of those folks end up being patent lawyers, which is very interesting. So no, I don't think you need to have a specific personality type, but I think you need to have a specific discipline while you're in law school, and even outside of law school and after law school, because that's how you thrive. You really have to have a certain kind of frame of mind to really thrive as a lawyer.
Okay, and Nick, I'll give you the last question. So for some folks, there's this idea that in order to go to law school or to do well and become a successful lawyer, that you have to go to X school, and then you have to get X grades, and you have to work at X firm or what have you when you get started. I mean, has that been your experience, or are there different ways that people, are there different paths for people when it comes to becoming a lawyer?
In typical lawyer fashion, that's true and it's not true. You carve the path that you want in life, and there are things that can make that path easier. Sure, graduating top of your class from Harvard like Obama will make your path a little easier, but Johnny Cochran didn't go to Obama school. He didn't go to Harvard. Johnny Cochran went to Loyola Law School, and he's arguably one of the most famous lawyers ever in history. So yes and no. It helps make things easier for you in your path, and that people may be more willing to take your phone calls, or your resumes may get pushed to the top of the pile. But if you're enterprising and you believe in yourself and you work hard, even if you don't go to a top 50 school or clerk for that federal circuit judge or work at that big law firm, it doesn't mean that your star is diminished in any way.
I agree, but I also slightly disagree in true lawyer fashion. And part of that is because in the profession, I think we all would probably accept this point to be true, pedigree is still pushed as though it actually matters. I think these days, us more millennial younger lawyers, we're kind of looking at that differently, and our perspective is different, but you still have a lot of senior, seasoned practitioners who still think and tout pedigree. And so while I certainly don't think it should matter, in some circles it does. Like, for example, if you're trying to get into the Department of Justice, as I understand it, sometimes depending on which part of the department you're trying to go into, pedigree matters. If you're trying to get into an AM 100 law firm, pedigree certainly matters. I mean, specifically, as Nick talked about, with this metric system that they use just for their recruitment of students. But I agree to the point that your light should not be should not be dimmed regardless of where you go or where you fall on the totem pole of law school. I think that everyone's path is different, and you have to chart it accordingly. My path was not targeted towards being the top, top 10 of my law school. My path was, my perspective and path were a little different. But I'm thriving right now, and I'm doing very well. And my book is still not written or concluded. So I just wanted to add that point.
Great, no, thank you. That's all the time we have for today. I want to thank our guests, Dionna and Nick, for being here and speaking with us. Thank you for watching Raising the Bar with the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Goodbye.